Okay, two more. Let's get out of here. We got Trump's making some executive orders. We already knew that. He's done more in the first week and a half than Biden did in 4 years. But so we've seen some misconceptions going on. I've seen a lot of lies going all over social media about some of the things he's done, and I want to address 4 of them. We're going to address 4 of these lies here on the show right now. So the first one I saw is that he froze SNAP and Medicaid benefits. So if you can't afford to go to the grocery store or you can't afford health care, you're frozen until they figure it out. That is not the case. That is not the case. They froze some federal spending, but the order specifically says, and these people, this shows how disingenuous they are, that they would just intentionally leave this out to try to scare people, specifically vulnerable people who are on SNAP and Medicaid. How sick do you have to be to try to scare these people to score political points? There's something fundamentally wrong with you. You are rotted to the core. You have no soul. You have a soul, but it's dark and disgusting. The order specifically says any program that provides direct benefits to Americans will not be affected. So they're lying to you about that outright. There's no debating that. That is an outright lie. SNAP and Medicaid both provide direct benefits to Americans. They're lying to you because they want to steal your votes. Next one, they said he raised insulin prices with a repeal. That is another lie. He did not, I repeat, did not repeal the insulin price cap that Joe Biden put in via executive order in 2020 after he had repealed Donald Trump's initial insulin price cap and then signed his own because he wanted to be able to say that he did it. It caused chaos for like half a day because Biden wanted political points. It was bullshit. He did not do that, though. He did not repeal that. He repealed an executive order that Biden had established at the beginning of his presidency that ordered several different departments of government to, quote unquote, explore cutting prescription drug prices. Do you want to know what happened? Or capping prescription drug prices. Do you want to know what happened over those 4 years? Nothing. So he found a wasteful government program that was taking up taxpayer money and wasting government resources and had done absolutely nothing and said, okay, you've explored. What have you found? Oh, you haven't found anything? Bye-bye. We'll talk to you later. If we're going to cap prices, we'll cap prices. But we're not going to sit here and just continue to suck on the taxpayer's tit and waste a bunch of money on it. Even MSNBC, in their article, the most left-leaning news agency in the country, stated that Biden executive orders that lowered drug prices were not reversed per Trump's reversal. Okay, the next one. They said Trump revoked a 1965 civil rights executive order that prohibited racial and sexual discrimination. Now, we all know this is bullshit. That was an act of Congress that banned racial and sexual discrimination. What they're talking about is during the civil rights movement, there was an executive order that was issued by the president at the time that required federally contracted private companies to hire a certain amount of minorities as a quota to keep their federal government contracts. That is what Donald Trump reversed. He did not make it legal to discriminate either in the private sector or government for somebody based on race. In fact, one could argue that this did the exact opposite because now people will be hired based on merit and not the color of their skin. So again, he did not revoke any civil rights order that prohibited quote unquote racial and sexual discrimination. He revoked a section of an executive order that required federally contracted private companies to hire people for no reason other than the color of their skin. Quite literally the opposite. The last one they claim is that he canceled cancer research. Now, this one is a little bit more complicated, but it's also still a lie. Can you hit him with the sound effect? We expose these lies. Lies, 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 lies! They did not do that. They imposed a communications freeze on U.S. health agencies. So federal funding that's going toward cancer research right now has not stopped. They're getting the same amount of money that they were when Joe Biden was president, right? Nothing there has changed. The only thing that's changed now is they can't sit around and have meetings and decide to reallocate funds, increase funding in one spot, cut funding somewhere else until the current presidential administration has a chance to overlook what's going on or review what's going on in these meetings and see what they're talking about, right? That's all they're asking for, which is pretty standard policy for every incoming administration. They want to see where the money's going and how it's being spent, specifically one that's made such an adamant point to talk about cutting the spending and cutting the government waste. So you guys have to stop lying. Lying is what got you into this place. Celebrities like Selena Gomez crying over shit that doesn't affect them in videos that are clearly staged is what got you into this place. I don't care if you keep doing it because people are seeing through this shit now. The cat is out of the bag. The game is over. You can't do this anymore. It doesn't work. So if you want to continue doing this and watch your party die, by all means, continue. But if you want to have any chance at ever being competitive in the political sphere in the United States again, you have to stop lying. You have to stop taking quotes out of context, and you have to stop with this celebrity worship. You have to.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.